1 point with Arnold Gamboa. 1 point with Arnold Gamboa. 1 point with Arnold Gamboa.
All right, welcome everyone to 1 Point Live, and we're live today, Friday, and welcome to. And this is the first time that we're doing this on Friday, and so if this is your first time being with us here in our YouTube channel, thank you for dropping by. And this is Kuya Arnold, and this is 1 Point, a conversation about faith, hope, and love. My prayer, my hope is that through this channel we'll be able to share hope that is so much lacking nowadays in social media. We hope to provide that hope that every one of us craves, and then also would like to talk about our faith. Once in a while, we're going to be talking about some doctrinal discussions, some Bible studies. That's one of the things that we're going to be doing here. But also we are going to talk about the love of God. But sometimes we're going to talk about current events and how it applies to our daily lives, in our faith, and the way we see and how we can derive hope from the current events that's happening around us. Sometimes we're going to talk about some different things that are happening in our daily lives as we do our daily routine at work. And we also might talk about some some current news, politics, no, and that's actually what we're going to talk about today. Now, if you're watching us live, allow me to welcome you. If you are here with me live, just make sure that you type in our comments and reactions, comments and reactions box, so that I can send you a shout out. Of course, nandito palagi kasama natin si Ate Ruth. Thank you, Ate Ruth, for being here today. If you are watching this on replay, all you need to do is to just click on the timestamp. You can skip all these discussions, and we will be go directly to our topic this afternoon. So again, thank you for joining me today. We're going to have some fun. Well, fun in the sense that we hope to learn something today. But reality is that majority of the Filipino people right now are heartbroken because of the passing of our beloved President Noynoy Aquino. So let's talk more about that and how we can have our own personal legacy.
1 point with Arnold Gamboa.
Yesterday at around I think 8 or 9 in the morning, a friend of mine, one of my friends who are very active in politics, sent me a message. He said, "Kuya, alam mo, si President Noynoy ay pumanaw na." Sabi mo, saan mo naman ako yun? Balita na yan. Mukha yatang hindi ka panipaniwala yung balita na yung binabalita mo. And of course, he might have an insider information, and it hasn't been deployed yet. The information hasn't been deployed yet on social media, and I tried to research and figure out if that is true. And unfortunately, yeah, that was true. Our beloved former President Noynoy Benigno Aquino III died yesterday at the age of 61. And whatever your political color is, and I know some of you who are going to be watching me today, yung iba-iba sa inyo, kasi ang problema sa politics natin nowadays, nahati talaga tayo eh. Hating-hati tayo eh. Merong diluwan, tinatawag nilang diluwan, meron tinatawag nilang Dutertards or DDS. Ang sama nung ganung klaseng subdivisions ng politics natin nowadays. But whatever your politics is, whatever your color is today, we can say, as a matter of fact, that the former president has left us with some really good memories, and he has done great things for the Filipino people during his 6 years of being the father of the nation. Now, if you're going to scan through the social media feed, Twitter, Facebook, even Instagram, a lot of tributes are being shown by friends, not just by his friends, but also even from the people around us, even probably yung mga friends nyo na nasa Facebook at Twitter, they are posting their own memories of who President Noynoy was to them when he was alive and serving as President of the Philippines. And then this is what we call legacies. Kasi ang daming sinasabi na legacy na ni Noynoy Aquino. Nandito yung magandang economic situation natin. The economy was in the top shape during his time. The Bangsamoro, I was reading another post by the Bangsamoro, by the Muslim brothers natin nasa Mindanao. The Bangsamoro people were saying that it was Noynoy who eagerly worked for their freedom. Yung mga laws that was passed for them to gain their an autonomy, it was from Noynoy. Yung humility, the servanthood, yun yung palaging nakikita, nararamdaman na yung naririnig natin kay hinahanap ko yung aso ko baka na ano ginagawa. Yung servanthood na ginawa ni Noynoy nung panahon na yun, ang daming legacy. Kayo, ano yung tatandaan nyo, fond memories nyo during the times of Noynoy? During the time of Noynoy, ang pinaka gustong-gusto ko sa style niya of leadership, nung umpisa pa lang, meron siyang sinabi na walang wangwang sa administration ko. In fact, by the way, ito yung Daily Inquirer now today, mission accomplished, Benigno Aquino III. Ito yung makikita natin sa front page ng Daily Inquirer. Indeed, mission accomplished. He served well. He ended his political career quietly and lived a private life, and then he passed. That's what they call the Aquino way of service. And he did great. He did great as a father of the nation during those times. Sabi niya nung time na nung unang sona niya yata to, or second na sona niya, sabi niya, walang wangwang sa ating administrasyon. Sa ngayon, patuloy nating itinitigil ito. Ngunit naging hudyat at sagisag po ito ng pagbabago hindi lamang sa kalsada kundi pati na rin sa kaisipan sa lipunan. Yung wangwang, kung kayo nagda-drive ng madalas sa mga lansangan ng Metro Manila, pansin nyo to yung mayroong convoy na may nagwawangwang, mayroong akala mo ay emergency. Pero actually, gusto lang nilang, dahil nga napaka-traffic sa EDSA, napaka-traffic sa lansangan ng Metro Manila, ang nangyayari, itong mga politicians na to, minsan congressman, siguro senador, yung iba ba nga kapitan lang kapitan lang ng barangay, gustong makasingit sa lansangan na traffic, gagamitan ng wangwang. So, ang nangyayari, Magwawangwang sila and everyone else will be stuck in traffic and they will be ahead of everyone else. And this is actually as simple. During the time of Noynoy, wala kang makikita na gawangwang. Kahit ang convoy ng Pangulo, sabi nga nila, magwangwang ka na, President Noynoy, kasi kailangan mo yan for your security. Pero there was a time, sinabi niya talaga, no, I need to lead by example, and no wangwang. Wala tayong wangwang. So, panahon na rin walang wangwang. And masayang-masaya tayo mga nag-drive sa lansangan nung time na yon. Pero actually, symbolism din ito ng kultura nating Pilipino. Sa ating kultura bilang mga Pilipino, ang gusto natin, lalo na kung ikaw ay nasa pwesto, kung ikaw ay nasa, particularly sa politics, or sabihin natin kahit hindi politics, sa corporate life, I also work in a corporate setting, as a corporate employee in the past. Kahit naman itong mga pangyayaring ito, ang kultura natin, sinasabi natin, pag may kapangyarihan ka, palagi ka dapat mauuna. You always have to have the privilege. And unfortunately, this is the culture in Philippine politics. Mauuna muna ang may kapangyarihan, ang mga common na tao, wala akong pakialam sa inyo, basta ako makapangyarihan. Kawawa kayo, bahala kayo sa sarili nyo. Now, during the time of President Noynoy, ito yung klase ng leadership na ipinakita niya. Yung leadership na hindi mauuna ang may kapangyarihan. Hindi mahalaga ang may makapangyarihan, mahalaga rin ang mga tao. Ito na naman si Yakult. Sabi niya, teka, alis muna ako, sandali Okay. That's my dog, Yakult. Sabi ni Noynoy, hindi po pwede yun. Hindi po pwede na may kapangyarihan ka, ikaw palagi mauuna. That's, to me, is his legacy. In fact, it affected the way corruption was reduced during his time. And I know this for a fact. Hindi lang ito kuro-kuro dahil ako po ay nasa larangan ng pagbi-business din at I was given the opportunity during those times to give bids sa government projects, and a lot of people in the government were saying during his time, teka, medyo matino tayo ngayon dito, wala dito ngayong, okay na ngayon dito, walang lagayan, walang kailangan tama yung mga bid na ibibigay natin, kung sino mananalo, dapat manalo. Nung mga, bago pang panahon na yon, kultura na sa mga public bidding, ang talagang may lagayan, alam na kung sino mananalo, may mga hocus-pocus na nangyari. During the time of Noynoy, talaga may mga government employees ako nakita, sinabi sa akin na walang ganong klaseng sitwasyon ng mga time nila, or at least reduced, dahil marami ang takot na baka sila makakasuhan at marami silang madismiss sila sa kanilang yung kanilang trabaho, mawawalan sila ng trabaho. So I think sa akin yun yung legacy ni Noynoy Aquino, and you can see a lot of this and more when you go to your social media feeds today and try to read some of the testimonies of his friends, his co-workers, his former yung kanyang mga dating kasama sa gabinete, and they will tell you the kind of person this president was during his time. And that's what called legacy. He left a wonderful legacy sa atin. Now, while I was preparing for this live broadcast, the YouTube live, I thought, naisip ko, paano nga ba bilang common na tao, hindi naman tayo maging presidente ng Pilipinas katulad ni Noynoy Aquino. We cannot do things like the things that he did in the past. Hindi natin kaya yun. Pero alam nyo ba, lahat naman tayo nabubuhay para sa pamilya, nabubuhay para sa mga kaibigan, nabubuhay para sa komunidad. And eventually, we don't know when, only God knows when. We all will pass. We'll all die. Lahat tayo ay mamamatay. Tanungin natin sa sarili natin, kapag ako ay namatay, what kind of legacy will my friends, will my family members, will my loved ones talk about me? Ano ang maiiwan ko na legacy sa kanila? Ano yung magandang pamumuhay na pag-uusapan nila during those times na ako'y nakaburol, o sa case ni Noynoy ngayon, siya ay nakaburol dahil na wala na yung kanyang katawan dahil na cremate na, pero still they are paying tribute. They're talking about his life. Now, for all of us who are common people who do not have this massive influence, we can still have and build our own legacies. If you are a father, you can build your own legacy as a father. If you are an employee, you can build your own wonderful legacy amongst your peers, your co-workers, your boss within your company. You can build a wonderful legacy if you are leading an organization, if you're leading a church, if you're leading a non-profit organization. You can even build a legacy just within your barkada. You can build your own legacy. Now, I'm not going to tell you the kind of legacy that you need to build. That's up for you to figure out. But what I'd like to talk to you about for the next few minutes is how we can actually build a wonderful, a better, a good legacy that will be remembered by your friends, by your loved ones, fond memories that they will talk about you when you die. And I'd like to talk about these things because these things, I believe, will help us or guide us in the way we live now, in such a way that before we reach our destination, we will be able to develop without us knowing the kind of legacy that all of us want to have. All right, so number one, how can we build a lasting legacy? How can we build a lasting legacy? Number one is this: live with integrity. Live with integrity. When you live with integrity, you know that you will be living a wonderful legacy amongst your friends, your relatives, your family. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng integrity? Ano ba yung integrity? Integrity, by definition, is this. I've read it somewhere. I've paraphrased it, and I don't know if I was able to actually quote it exactly because I don't really know who wrote this. Maybe Craig Rochelle or John Maxwell. But this is what they say: integrity is you when nobody is looking. It is you, the person, when nobody is looking around you, when nobody is with you, when you are yourself staring at in the mirror, and without anybody around you, where you can perform, where you can show them your good works, your good acts. It is you, your integrity, no? It is you that you will need to remember, to show to yung integrity mo, ito makakatulong sa iyo to live a life that matters for everyone. Because kung plastic ka, kung wala kang ano ba tawag natin dito? Kung hindi ka totoo, malalaman ng mga tao yon. They can smell fake from a distance. People can smell fake from a distance, and even if you can hide the smell of the things that you are doing when people are not around, even if you can hide that for a while, eventually, maybe during this life or even after you die, people will know it. And when that happens, you're not going to leave a legacy that is good for you. Now, sabi ni Ate Ruth, buffering, nagbabuffer pa ba? Kumusta yung ano natin? Carlos, kumusta? Yung yung ating connection. Sana okay pa rin. Anyway, so yan. How can you build a lasting legacy? Integrity, or you live a life of integrity. Integrity is when nobody is you, when nobody is looking. If it's just you and your mirror, that kind of person that you're looking at the mirror, that's what you call integrity. So let's live a life with integrity, even if nobody is looking. Secondly, is this. You lead to serve and not serve to lead. You lead to serve and not serve to lead. Let me try to explain this. Some people are actually serving so that they can lead, no? And that's the reason why a lot of people go to politics. They want to become mayor, governor, even presidents and vice presidents and senators. Some people do this. They serve so that they can lead. They serve so that they can lead. What we need to do to build a lasting legacy, kailangan baliktad. We need to lead to serve. If we can use our influence as leaders in serving our people, the kind of legacy that you will leave is the kind of legacy that they will cherish for a lifetime. And even if you are not a politician, we don't need to be a politician to lead. You are leading in your companies. Do you want to serve them? Check yourself. Do you want to serve the people below you, or other people around you? You do want to serve so that you can eventually become a leader? Or if you are leading a non-profit organization, if you're part of a serving team in a church, are you serving so that you can be recognized as a leader? Or if you are a father or a mother within your family, are you loving your kids so that they will respect you? For us to leave a lasting legacy, let's flip the script. Let's choose to lead so that we could love them. Let's choose to lead so that we could serve our people. If you are someone who is in a company, you are leading people by serving them. Ito yung tinatawag ng Bible na servant leadership. Actually, it's not that's not a term that the Bible used, but that's the kind of description of the leadership that Jesus himself had during his time, his ministry here on earth. Jesus is the epitome of leadership by serving. He was a servant leader. He would stoop down to the level of people, wash their feet. They will heal them. They will serve them. And because of that, people follow him. He became a leader by serving people. And that's what we need to do. If you want to leave a lasting legacy, you lead them, you lead people by serving them, and not the other way around. You lead people, you lead your family, you lead your company, you lead your church if you are in a church environment, you lead your community by serving them, and not them serving you so that you can be a leader. So that's number 2. And lastly, how do you build a lasting legacy? You live a life, or you lead life to the full. You live life to the full. No regrets. We are living life, some of us, with regrets. And we will be living life with regrets eventually if we don't live our life to the full. When I say living life to the full, that means, and I mean, that we can actually live a life that doesn't hold back, that gives our all, that serves people the best that we can, that tries to reach our potential in the most possible way. We try to live life the best that we can. No holding back. No holding back. Because eventually, if we do hold back, if we are not able to try what we think we should be doing, eventually we will regret not doing what we have done, we should have done. And most people who lived a lasting legacy, who left a lasting legacy to their community, to their friends, to their family members, are those people who are not afraid to fail. They tried a lot of things, they failed, but as they fail, they learn and then eventually figure out the best way to serve the people around them, the best way to live a life, to the best way to become the kind of person that they were before they left this life. So don't be afraid to fail. Try things that you know you should be doing and yet you're afraid to do. That's how you're going to live a life to the full. And again, if you are going to be doing that, you are going to be building a lasting legacy. You are going to be building a lasting legacy. So my question for you today is this: what kind of legacy do you want to build? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? What kind of legacy do you want to share to your friends, your family members? And of course, we are not going to be, majority of us, 99% of those who are watching this today, I don't know if we probably are not going to be presidents of the Philippines. We're not going to be President Noynoy. And people cherish President Noynoy today when after he died. They talk about big things about what you have done. But for all of us, majority of us or common people, even if the things that we are not going to be leaving to our friends, our family members, are not going to be that huge, just like the former president. But the kind of legacy that we will be leaving, if we do these three things that I've mentioned today, if we are going to be doing these things, if we're going to be living with legacy, we're going to be leading with, if we're going to be living our life with integrity, if we're going to be leading to serve, if we're going to live our life to the full, our life will create an impact in the lives of others. And if that happens, if we are able to create an impact in their lives and their lives are changed in some ways or the other because of our life, that alone is a life worth living, and that's a life worth living, a legacy for and to our friends and relatives. So what kind of legacy are you willing to leave for your friends and family members? Let's try to reminisce the kind of life that we had in the past. Maybe we're not in that direction. Maybe we are not going towards that direction of becoming a person that leaves a lasting legacy. And so today, we can start today. This is now the time for us to live a life with integrity. This is now the time for us to live a life that serves other people, that leads them by serving. This is going to be a life, we can start living a life to the full. My hope is that that's going to be what we're going to happen for all of us.
1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point with Arnold Gamboa.
Toxic na talaga masyado ang ating politics nowadays. Yan ang nakakalungkot Nakakalungkot. And because of the toxicity of our politics, everyone else in social media, or not even in social media space, even kahit sa mga radyo, no, we are losing our humanity. We're losing our humanity. Imagine, meron nga namatay, pero meron pa rin tayong mga sinasabing masama. Ang hirap nun. Before we do that, let's read the Proverbs chapter 24 verse 17. Sabi dito, do not rejoice when your enemy falls, and let not your heart be glad when he stumbles. Again, do not rejoice when your enemy falls, and let not your heart be glad when he stumbles. Anong pakiramdam nyo when your friends, family members, or even your enemies stumble or fall? Do you rejoice? Especially when they die. Do you rejoice that they died? So, kailangan natin na soul searching din eh. Kailangan natin soul searching. Kasi in social media right now, ang dami eh. May namatay na nga, meron pang ganito. Jason sa dinala ng kamatayan ang lahat ng kanyang pagkakamali, pagkakasala at mga inutang. Let his name vanish without a trace even. I also saw a video, hindi ko na i-play kasi mahirap eh. Yung video nung attorney Gadon, yung kilala sa kanyang bobo quote. Tapos yung attorney Trixie na karambola yung kanilang radio show. Nagtatawanan dahil nabalita na nga daw na namatay si PNoy. Tatawanan. Sabi pa nung attorney Gadon, namatay daw dahil may HIV. Which is according to a lot of people, it's because he is an attorney, that's a ground for dismissal or disbarment. Kasi you are spreading lies. That's there. Nakakalungkot, no? Ganun ang natin, ang naging kultura ng politics natin. Sana wag tayong ganun. Kahit sino naman kahit na sino, pagka may namatay, makiramay tayo. Pagka may bumagsak sa ating mga kaaway, kahit kasi sigurado naman na lahat tayo ay one way or another, meron tayong na once in our life we had enemies, and when we had enemies, we will have a chance to love them when they fall down. Wag tayong ganon. Pag may namatay, makiramay tayo kahit di natin gusto yung tao. My hope is that this experience, lalo na malapit ng eleksyon, mas lalo pang sasama itong kultura natin na to, lalo na kulturang eleksyon natin dito sa Pilipinas. Sana hindi mangyari. Sana wag na lang sana mangyari yung mga bagay-bagay na ganun. Let's try to live a life that appreciates the person that has left us. And even if we don't like that person, let's try to do our best to just remember the best, the great things, the good things that he has done. All right.
1 point with Arnold Gamboa.
Kung hindi pa kayo nakaka-like doon sa mag-like na kayo para may push natin sa YouTube algorithm. Si Mike nandito. Mike, thank you for joining ha. Mike, and si Carlos is also here with Ate Ruth. Alright, so guys, Next week, next Tuesday, if I'm going to have, I'm thinking of doing this not 5:30, around 6 o'clock siguro, 6 o'clock. But I'm trying to do this every Tuesday and Friday. We're going to talk about uh, mga ganitong klaseng daily encouragements, daily hope that or within the week that we can bring for the next day. Yun ang goal ko dito sa 1 point. And then next week, sometimes I'm going to have some guests. Next week, we're going to talk about, because this what they call, some people call as the Pride Month, yung tawag dito, yung sa LGBTQ communities, they're dedicating the month of June for them. And I'm going to have um a friend of mine, a pastor friend of mine, who will be joining us next week, next Tuesday. So and we're going to be having a conversation about the LGBTQ community. So I hope, lalo na sa mga madalas na nandito kasama ko, i-share nyo yung link, i-invite nyo yung friends nyo, share the link. Guys, Ironman, share nyo yung link, lalo na sa mga friends natin na mayroong mga LGBTQ. Share natin yung link sa Tuesday. We're going to have that conversation. And I'm going to think whether I'm still going to do it on a Tuesday, on 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Most likely 6 o'clock para medyo maganda-ganda yung preparation natin. Alright? So, thank you guys for joining me this afternoon. Thank you for dropping by, and my hope is that we are going to be living a life of that aims for a better, a good, or best legacy that we can leave to our family, to our friends. A life that is worth living, a life that is live life to the full, a life that is life full of integrity, and then a life that is of service to others. All right, and let's mourn for the death of our beloved president. And it's something that we don't. Yes, Yakult, come here. Say hi to everyone. My dog Yakult. Thank you guys for joining, and see you again on Tuesday, 5:30 or 6 o'clock. I'm going to announce do sa aking Facebook post. I'm going to have a Facebook post on Tuesday. Alright, thank you guys, and see you again next Tuesday. I always say that Jesus is enough.
1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point with Arnold Gamboa.